So because Kali struck his tongue, now that you're masked, Bhairavi may not be able to strike your tongue, maybe she knocks… I hope she knocks you on your head. Hello? So, these are little magnified stories, but it is not out of sync with what can happen. One who attains to the grace of the Devi, whatever you're doing in your life, you may be a business person, you may be a professional in something, you may be an artist, a musician, a yogi, whatever you are, if you want to pitch up your activity to another dimension of, doing things, you need Devi's grace. One who's touched by this grace will naturally rise in ways that other people will think is miraculous. This has happened to many people, I must tell you this. There have been significant men in the world, I don't want to name them now because it is politically sensitive. Significant men, just look up history, in the last 2 centuries, who were nurtured by their mothers and in some way, in their perception, the mother remained like a goddess. She did not come down to become a loving mother. She remained a goddess being hard on the child. Many men are there in the world in the last 2 centuries who have risen to great heights in whatever they were doing because in some way they were in feminine worship. Because articulation, and when I say articulation, not just verbal articulation, articulation essentially means you're able to find expression. If you want to find expression in the world, you need Devi's grace. Whether you do it by chanting a mantra, whether you do it by going to a temple, or whether you do it by acknowledging that dimension within yourself, or whether you do it by looking up to something that is feminine, or simply by being in nature. It doesn't matter how you do it, but that dimension that we refer to as feminine, when it yields to you, your articulation or your expression in the world will find tremendous enhancement. This is the 11th year, this is why we are opening this up for men also, the Bhairavi sadhana. Because as all married men at least have realized, definitely women are more articulate than you, at least in the domestic situations. Hello. So, after this 11th year association with the Devi, you could become equally or more articulate than her and the scene at home will change significantly. This happened. One day Shankaran Pillai was in bed. It was already 2 a.m. He was rolling and turning around, twisting and tossing and saying, this is an Indian way of expressing frustration. You know, even love, anger, frustration, depression, everything has cultural expressions, hello? Indian way of saying I'm frustrated is so his wife, who was lying next to him, and she also couldn't sleep because he was turning and tossing like this, she said, "What is the matter with you? It's 2 o'clock in the morning." He said, "See, our neighbor Jake, I owe him $1,000 and I told him that tomorrow morning I will give it to him. But I cannot give it to him." She asked, "Why?" He said, "I don't have it." She looked at him in a disgusting way. No sound, okay? She just got up, went to the window, opened the window and screamed, "Jake! Jake!" Loudly, "Jake! Jake! Jake! Jake!" In the middle of the night, Jake opened the window and said, "What, Mrs. Pillai, what happened?" "The $1,000 that my husband owes to you, he's not going to give it to you tomorrow because he ain't got it." She banged the window closed and came and slept. She said, "You sleep now, it's Jake's problem." Feminine ways of solving problems, sometimes useful. So, especially with the pandemic on, you will need a certain type of intelligence, otherwise you'll become depressed. "That's okay, Sadhguru, but I've lost my job." You need a certain kind of function of intelligence for you to go through this phase. Because this phase is not going to be just over because they release the vaccine today or tomorrow. They would have released it today, but Sunday nobody works, so it must be tomorrow. Virus works though. So, that's not going to be a magic wand for you. You will need your own magic wand of intelligence where you will learn to thrive through these times. Important. It's very important for you, for your physical well-being, for your professional, financial, social well-being. You must learn how to survive in times where you have to put your head down and walk. Hello? When you're walking like this, it's one way of attaining success. When you walk down like this, another way of success, completely different measures for success are needed. So, the coming year, virus may still be there. Let's not suffer the virus. Let us earn the grace of Bhairavi, and this is Shiva's month. Hey! Not bad, my man. Restful, not all this activity, articulation, no. Restful. Rest is fantastic. Lethargy is bad, depression is horrible. Don't go in that way. This winter, you must learn how to be restful. Easy in the body and in the mind, very important. Enjoy this winter, okay? And anyway, I won't torture you next week here in this cold. Please, if there's any question, just one question, we can handle it. You okay? Can I take a few minutes and… Then you will be frozen. 1 more hour means you will be frozen. For some reason, temperature is dropping further. Hello? That's what my fingertips are saying. What's your nose saying? Oh, right. For those of you who are elsewhere, somebody is here saying, "I'm not the body," so it's working, huh? It's cold, but I'm not the body, so what does it matter?